Good morning, YouTubers. Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel at the abandoned country gifts in Nicola Ranch. Here to make a video for you guys and to make a declaration that the Great Canadian Peso is now emerged. The Great Canadian Peso is our new currency in Canada. Want proof? Well, stick around and I'm going to show it to you. We've been talking about affordability levels in Canada getting heavily out of reach, getting to a point where locals born and raised in their own cities cannot afford to buy anything and cannot even get into their housing markets without some government scheme to help them get in. Here goes. Count your pesos, folks, if you're living in Canada, and see what it comes out to. Because you could remove a zero from every... So if you got $1,000, remove a zero, because that's what it's worth. And I'll prove it to you right now. Waterfront Tofino condo sells $1 million over asking. So it's like a townhome condo, I guess, or something like that. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but I'll get into the square footage and kind of break it down for you guys. Here goes. In an email to CTV News, I received this email about 13 times, and I want to thank everyone for sending me this email. So now I'm covering it now here. In an email to CTV News, a Vancouver Island listing agent said an eye-watering popping price a buyer paid for a 1,200 square foot condo with access to Chesterman Beach. Not Miami Beach, folks. Not Playa de Oro. Not Playa Ventura. Chesterman Beach. Now, guys, remember, this is the North Pacific. Water's dark, murky. It's not tropical. It's not what you think when you see palm trees, beautiful eye, beautiful water. It's the North Pacific. The 2-bedroom, three bathroom listed for $1.4 million, but sold 1.5 times that much. Oceanfront living is the best. You could go somewhere in some part of Mexico and rent something out. I wouldn't say to own in Mexico. Watch out how it works in Mexico. Watch out. But I would say pay $700 US a month for rent as opposed to paying $7,000 a month for a mortgage. The 2-bedroom, so we got that. Oceanfront living is the best, claimed the listing, touting the condos, south-facing decks, and a no-maintenance yard. So you don't get land! You don't get land with it! No maintenance yard means you got no land! The listing has been taken down since. Okay, so it's been taken down because it's sold. You don't keep it up. All across Canada, real estate markets have been red hot in recent months, with the country's average sale pricing hitting a record $717,000 in March, according to Canadian Real Estate Association. In both BC and Greater Vancouver, the Vancouver have seen the low inventory and pent-up demand. So they're playing the low inventory card again. There is a lot of inventory out there. We did cover it here on this channel. There's a ton of inventory for all the new immigrants coming into Canada with a lot of money. Now, how is this even possible? Well, let's tie into Amerifornia. Look at America right now. Ever since the new president-elect got selected into office, not elected, selected. And guess what happened? I on that day, it was November of last year, I said, Amerifornia is coming. Amerifornia will come for the Americans. And it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse than the sickness that's going around. It's going to be worse than anything they've ever perceived in America, on American territory. So it's been happening in Canada. It's been a slow, long death for local Canadians that are worked and spent their lives building the infrastructure for this country. Now, where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us in a point where we could strike off a zero off of everything in Canada, because the Great Canadian Peso has arrived, folks. If you're going to get a 2-bedroom, I don't care where, I could bet you won't be paying 1.5 million over asking. And anyways, I just wanted to throw this out there to kind of throw some awareness out there, because it is getting really bad. I was looking back on the channel here with videos I made 8 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. It's not normal. Oh, the government's going to help people with first-time home buyer loans. No, no, this is not going to work. It's people borrowing money. Government grants. They make it sound like it's the American government grant. America has done government grants for first-time home buyers many times in America. But if they stay in the home for 4 years, they don't have to pay it back. In 90% of states. I know there was one state you had to pay it back, but it was weird. But that's a government grant. But in Canada, yeah, we're going to be giving government grants. But you pay it back with the VIG. You pay it back with the VIG. You pay it back with interest. Oh, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm looking forward to reading your comments on what's happening. Is the Great Canadian Peso here? And if the Great Canadian Peso has arrived, what does that mean for Canadians? Can they strike a zero off their wealth? So if you have $1 million in savings, strike off a zero, you got $100,000. Strike a zero off everything. Because that if you're going to buy a 2-bedroom, 3-bath for $2.4 million, it faces the ocean. It's the North Pacific. Making it sound like some tropical destination in Antigua or St. Martin or St. Lucia that you could rent for $400 US a month with a beautiful ocean front. Anyways, guys, it's windy and the cold is getting to me. It's kind of cool this morning. It's windy, actually. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Look forward to reading your comments. The Great Canadian Peso, has it arrived? And if it has, where do you see it? Is it food? Is it the price of energy? Is it the price of gasoline? Look forward to reading your comments below.